Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and a game between TSL Symbol versus Dignitas, I believe it's Dignitas Killer, here on, here on Daybreak. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and just go straight up into this match. It is gonna be a Zerg versus Zerg matchup. And I know that I've been casting a lot of Zerg games as of late, but a lot of my replays come from the European servers, and it really looks like that the Zerg is just simply dominating on the European servers, at least in some of the tournaments that, or some of the replays that I am finding. So we'll see what's going to be happening here as a Zerg versus Zerg matchup does get underway. Now, down over here we see Symbol spawning as the blue Zerg player. Meanwhile, over here on the top we have Killer spawning as the red Zerg. And yes, this is part of the latest patch. No real balance changes, more so of design changes, as you now see Killer already going for a very early spawning pool. And with that early spawning pool, he's hoping to place down some early pressure against Symbol. Now, if Symbol goes for a standard 13 or 14 spawning pool, he'll be fine. If he goes for an early hatchery, though, he may end up being behind, as he's not going to have the necessary units in order to fend off the attack. Symbol now going for that 15 spawning pool, now already coming in. You're going to see that there's about a 60-second delay between these two spawning pools now, or about a 50-second delay. And with that 50-second delay, which is about the normal running time between these two bases, I don't believe Killer will actually be able to deal very much damage. He is behind economically. You can take a look at the harvester count, 15 to 11, as the Zerglings are already underway. Now, one thing I do want to make a note of, I have made changes to my audio, so let me know if it does sound better. I'm using a different encoding method, going back to the one that ties up my computer for a lot more hours. Alright, the Zerglings already coming in, and the Overlords are gonna spot this. This is a huge advantage for Symbol, scouting out with these Overlords in the proper direction. We're gonna see Queens now being trained, and also some Zerglings quickly being trained, and I don't expect anyone to be going for any drones, perhaps Killer, as we now already see an Overlord in position trying to scout out this hatchery, and the Zerglings will possibly be able to take it down. 6 more Zerglings are going to be coming down from the other side, though, and this is going to be huge. Those Zerglings need to be making their way down in just a moment. Some drones are coming off, and now here we have a bit of an engagement. The Zerglings and the drones battling it out, and who's going to come out on top there as the Zerglings get off some easy shots. Now there's more and more Zerglings are still coming in, though, as Symbol needs to be very careful. Both sides still battling it out, and so far no one has lost any units, but the army of Killer is, I believe, still slightly larger. Nope, a couple of Zerglings have fallen. Red blood, I don't know if there is any blue blood, as now in comes a queen from Symbol, and Symbol will be able to clean this up. And Symbol now very much ahead, as we see a hatchery come down from Killer. Harvester count is 16 to 15. An overall count is actually pretty even. I'm not too surprised at this stage in the game that it is even, but we'll see what the strategy will be. So far, we can see that Killer does have 2 queens. That is an advantage that I know both players now have 2 queens as well. It is going to be this additional hatchery and the larva produced from it, as Zerglings now trying to take a look, and it looks like the Zerglings have pretty much not seen anything. Oh, one change is that when you change for the view, it actually changes the colors. That is a little bit different there. So small changes in the latest patch. If you hit the view of the spectator, you can actually see what colors that they're playing with, making it a little bit more difficult for us, as all of a sudden the blue player becomes the red player and the red player becomes the green player. Okay. Now, it will be up to Symbol to perhaps stretch his early lead, and he is going to be doing so with a lot more Zerglings. You can take a look at it. It's going to be 41 Zerglings versus 34 now. Killer going into a much more heavy drone count, and he is trying to take the economic lead. The problem is going to be the number of Zerglings that he will have to face. So far, Killer is not going for that 4-queen strategy on 2 bases, which is a bit of a surprise to me that he's not going for 4 queens. Those additional queens definitely do help out. He is going for roaches, but he really needs to go for some defensive banelings instead. Let's take a look. Okay, we do have 3 queens, and Symbol still just adding and piling on more and more Zerglings into this count. 14 more Zerglings, as now in comes this C. An Overlord from Killer is going to spot this, and what is Killer's response going to be? This is going to be huge. Are all of those drones going to try to make their way back up inside? As here we go, some engaging now going down. The queen now trying to back off, trying to make sure that it does not get taken down. The drones trying to come back here, and the queen is still just fighting back. The drones are not attacking. There is one transfuse, but another transfuse is not going to be coming in. Killer has lost the wall as a new queen now tries to make its way down. This queen also going to get surrounded. Another queen taken down as a beautiful counterattack from Symbol after Killer's early spawning pool will give Symbol the game and game 1 in this series. As there you go, there is the GG with the happy face as well. And oh, look at this, all the observer are also in purple, and I guess the referee is in light blue. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed game 1 in this series. Stay tuned for game 2.